G'day, watch this.
Professor Toomey, you're Professor of Constitutional Law at the University of Sydney, and you very kindly agreed to comment on the legal power of the state to avoid paying compensation. And may I point out that this arose in an interview on 2GB between Alan Jones and the Premier of New South Wales, Barry O'Farrell, in which the Premier said that in relation to coal seam gas mining approvals or exploration approvals, even on prime agricultural land or urban land, which had been approved by the previous government, he could not renounce those without being liable to very substantial compensation. And what I would like to ask you is whether that is true.
And the answer to that is yes and no, a very good lawyer's answer. All right, we just need to go back a step and look at the constitutional position. At the Commonwealth level, there's a provision in the Constitution, section 5131, that says that the Commonwealth Parliament cannot compulsorily acquire land without giving just terms compensation. There's nothing that extends that to the states in the Commonwealth Constitution. In 1988, the Hawke government tried to get up a referendum that would have extended that to the states. And interestingly, the Australian people, in their wisdom, voted against it. So they said, no, we do not want to be compensated on just terms if the state takes our property. So that's still the situation in the state. Now, having said that, there's nothing constitutionally that requires just terms compensation for compulsorily acquired property in the state. But of course, the people would not be happy if your property was simply taken from you without compensation. So there are laws in the state that say if the government, in particular, takes your property, being your land, and compulsorily acquires it to build a road or something or other, then you have to be compensated, and there are rules as to how you are compensated. So that's in legislation. Now, it is true that the O'Farrell government or any other government could amend that legislation to take away people's rights to compensation, or to take away contractual rights where the government has entered into a contract with someone that would involve paying compensation for the breach of that contract. Yes, the government could legislate to take away those rights. However, if it did, it would effectively make government impossible, because the government would never be able then to negotiate with anyone again in the private sector, be it through contracts or building infrastructure or anything, because no one would ever trust it. They wouldn't know when they entered into a contract with the government that they were going to be compensated if the government broke the contract. They wouldn't have the confidence to have dealings with the government. So in practical terms, Mr. O'Farrell is right. It's just not practical for him to change legislation so that he breaches rights that have already been granted and doesn't provide the normal compensation that would otherwise be required for the breach of those contractual rights. If he did that, he would be damaging the status of New South Wales as a government. That would have ongoing effects to its credit rating and all sorts of other things. So technically, from a legal point of view, could he do it? The answer is yes. From a practical point of view, would it be sensible to do it? And the answer is no.
Thank you, Professor, for making that so crystal clear.
You're welcome.